All right, now I'm on the bottom of page 279 in the Go Math textbook. Follow along. Practice, copy, and solve. It says evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. So find the value, what does it equal? And they have given you the value of the variable. So number 6, they told us S is 3. So that is 7 times 3 plus 5. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 5 more would be 26. My final answer. Okay, number 7, they told us what D equals. And actually, I'm going to rewrite this one over here. So 21 minus 4, and then 4 with a D right next to it means multiply. And they told us what D is, so I'm going to multiply by 5. Order of operations says I have to multiply first. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then I do 21 minus that 20, and I get 1 for my final answer. All right, number 8. They told us T is 11. So where I see the T, I'm going to plug in the number 11. So I have parentheses. There was a T, but I'm going to put in 11 minus 6. And then all of that is squared. So we got to do inside the parentheses first. Remember, order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, says parentheses first, then exponents. Multiplication and division are tied. Adding and subtracting are tied. So we got to do inside these parentheses first. 11 take away 6 is 5, and then that 2 gets stuck onto the 5. So 5 squared just means 5 times 5, and 5 times 5 is 25 as my final answer. Okay, number 9, excuse me. Now, I'm erasing my work. You just write on your scratch paper. You have all the scratch paper you need. Okay, V equals 5. So I rewrite it 6 times, and then in parentheses, 2, and the V is right next to the 2, so that means multiply by 5, minus 3. Okay, so I do inside the parentheses first. Order of operations tells me to. And then within that, I have to do multiplication before I do subtraction. So 2 times 5 is 10, minus 3. 10 minus 3 is 7. So I'm left with 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. So my final answer here is 42. Okay, let's go on to number 10. They told me K is 6, so I'm going to copy it down, but where I see the K, I'm going to put a 6 in its place. So 2 times, and then in parentheses K, which I said I'm going to put a 6 instead of K, squared minus 2. So I'm inside the parentheses, then I have to do exponents first inside the parentheses. 6 squared means 6 times 6. And that is 36 minus 2, and that is 34. And then I have 2 times and 34. And 2 times 34, let's work it out. If we're not sure, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. So my final answer is 68. Okay. Number 5 says F is 95. So I'm going to rewrite the equation, but wherever I see an F, I'm going to put a 95 instead. All right, order of operations says I have to do, Order of operations says I have to do parentheses first. So 95 minus 32, it's going to be 63. And then copy my 5 times and divided by 9. Multiplication and division are tied, so since I only have multiplication and division left, I start at the left and I work my way right. So 5 times 63, let's go ahead and do that. $31. So now I have my last step, 9 into 315. Oh, here, I'm going to move this actually. I want you to use your scratch paper. Okay, 9 goes into 31 3 times, 27, 4, bring down the 5. 9 goes into 45 5 times, 45 minus equals 0. So my final answer, 35. So you see we had to do a lot of math, show a lot of work, and that's good. We want to be showing our work. Okay, go deeper. The formula P equals 4S gives the perimeter P of a square with side length S. How much greater is the perimeter of a square with a side length of 5.5 inches than a square with a side length of 5 inches? How much greater? So you're comparing the difference. Okay, so there's a couple different ways you could do this. One, you could just do the formula for both problems. You could do 4 times 5.5 or 5.5, and then 4 times 5, and then get those two answers, and then subtract them to find the difference. Okay. Now, what I would propose is these are both 5s, so I know the difference is going to be this half. So I would just do 4 times 0.5, and that's going to give me 20, and then I move my decimal over 1 spot because I have 1 number behind the decimal here, so I move it over 1. So that tells me the difference, or how much greater. It would be 2 inches greater. Now let's check my math though. So 4 times 5 is going to be 20, and 4 times 5.5 or 5.5 move my decimal over 1. So this is going to be 22. This is going to be 20. I subtract that, and sure enough, we get the same answer. Excuse me. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.